After the passing of Hazrat Ameer Muawiyah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, his son Yazid took over the caliphate. Yazid was a sinful, immoral, alcoholic, oppressive and corrupt man. When he came to power, he knew with certainty that Hazrat Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu would never accept his rule. Therefore, Yazid wrote a letter to the governor of Madinah, Walid bin Utbah, instructing him to demand allegiance from Hussain ibn Ali, Abdullah ibn Umar and Abdullah ibn Zubair radiyallahu ta'ala anhum. If they refused, he was ordered to use force. Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu refused to pledge allegiance to Yazid because he considered him completely unworthy of leading the Muslims. He knew Yazid to be a sinful, drunk and tyrannical man. So, Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu left Medina and migrated to Makkah. While in Makkah, the people of Kufa sent him numerous letters pleading that Yazid's tyranny was unbearable and that they would accept only Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu as their Imam. They outright rejected Yazid's leadership. To verify the situation, Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu sent his cousin Muslim ibn Aqeel radiyallahu ta'ala anhu to Kufa. Upon his arrival, the people received him with great respect and honor. 18,000 people pledged allegiance to him. He then wrote a letter to Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu informing him that the situation was favorable and that he should come to Kufa. However, when Yazid threatened the people, they turned away and betrayed Muslim bin Aqeel radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, eventually martyring him. The situation in Kufa changed drastically. Those who once claimed loyalty now became enemies. Meanwhile, the letter written by Muslim bin Aqeel radiyallahu ta'ala anhu had already reached Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, stating that conditions were favorable, so he began his preparations to depart for Kufa. Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu set out with his family and a small group of loyal companions. On the way, he received the tragic news of Muslim bin Aqeel's martyrdom and the betrayal of the people of Kufa. As he neared Kufa, Yazid's army intercepted him. Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu said, "I came because you invited. If you no longer wish for me to enter Kufa, then allow me to return." But the army refused. Thus, Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu changed his route and eventually arrived at an open desert plain. He asked a man the name of the place, and the man replied, "Karbala." Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu immediately ordered his camp to be set up there. When Yazid's forces learned that Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu had encamped in Karbala, they too arrived, led by Umar ibn Sa'd. Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu said, "Either take me to Yazid or allow me to return to Makkah." But Umar ibn Sa'd rejected both options and insisted on allegiance. Days passed until the 3rd of Muharram, when Yazid sent an army of 22,000 soldiers to face Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, who had only 72 companions, including women and children. It is astonishing that an army over 100 times larger stood against him. The Yazidi army decided to cut off their water. On the 7th of Muharram, access to the Euphrates River was blocked, the only water source in Karbala. From then on, the condition of the women and children worsened due to extreme thirst. The Yazidi army surrounded them from all sides. On the 9th of Muharram, Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu instructed his brother Hazrat Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu to request one night's delay so they could spend the night in worship. The enemy agreed. By then, Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu was certain that the Yazidi army intended to kill him. That night, he gathered his companions and said, "Anyone who wishes to leave may do so. I will extinguish the lamp so that those who want to leave may go in privacy." But when the lamp was relit, all the companions were still present. None were willing to abandon him. Then came Ashura, the 10th of Muharram. The battle began between Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu and Yazid's forces. On one side stood a massive army, on the other stood 72 loyal souls. The battle began. One by one, Ali Akbar, Qasim, and Muhammad, Hazrat Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhum and others were martyred. When all his companions were martyred, Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu entered the battlefield alone. For a long time he fought valiantly. No one dared to approach him, for he was the son of Ali radiyallahu ta'ala an. Eventually, Umar ibn Sa'd ordered a collective attack. The Yazidi forces launched a united assault. Despite this, Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu proved that truth can never be defeated by falsehood. When the time for prayer approached, he began his salah. While he was in sajda, the wretched Shimr bin Dil Jawshan struck his blessed neck, severing his head from his body. His blessed head was then raised on a spear and paraded through the streets. In the tragic incident of Karbala, only Hazrat Zainul Abidin radiallahu ta'ala anhu survived from Imam Hussein's household. The rest were taken as captives to Kufa.